What's up, guys? You're Meshi504 here, back with another awesome episode of VRchat Paranormal Stories. We got a bunch of awesome stories to listen to tonight. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, everybody, for all the support. Y'all have been awesome. Enjoy the video.
Most memorable one was when I was trying to lay away from the doorway in my barracks room because I knew that something was going to happen because I wasn't getting enough sleep, and something still appeared and I could still sense it at my back, and it I could hear it still appear behind me. It was making noises behind me in my dreams. I can't speak physically, I can't talk about the physical world.
Right.
Um, but I do think that the dream world and the physical world have some degree of links. And I'm not saying that this, demon in my
I agree
spiritual
100%.
world.
I agree 100%.
Shut the fuck up.
Actually,
I'm not saying that this spiritual demon fucked me up on my back, but I did wake up with scratches on my back, and maybe that was my body telling me, hey, I got jacked up in my sleep, but
Whoa.
that was the most memorable experience that I had. Was when I woke up with scratches on my back, even though I never fell or anything like that, to my knowledge. The
Bro,
worst
it happened
parts
to
of my
me
life.
in class when
And I was like,
it
what the
happened.
fuck?
It literally happened to me. It literally happened to me while I was in school in class. This the same thing. When I
God
couldn't.
damn.
I felt like I was sleeping but awake at the same time, but I couldn't move. I couldn't fucking breathe, and I had to. And that's when I first started trying to teach myself to regulate my breathing, bro. So I can't even really blame the
Yeah.
army. I was fucked up since the get.
No.
I'm from the northeast of England.
Okay.
Oh, this is like a proper thing, isn't it? Okay. I'm very drunk right now, so this is the only reason I'm
This
talking
is
about it. But I'm
great.
from the northeast of England. I get very bad sleep paralysis every now and then, and it's not like normal sleep paralysis. I get full on like things will come at me, they run at me, and they fucking come, and they will literally. It's like no other, and they
Really?
yeah
Back.
yeah,
So,
and yeah.
what do they look like exactly? Usually.
For me, it's just dark figures. Like it's just pure black shadows and like, but they're very humanoid, if you get what I mean. And they'll
Right.
just fucking run at me.
So, how often do you have these?
It depends. Like, I haven't had any recently, luckily.
Nice.
But the last one I think I had was back in April. It was really bad. There was about 7 of them just coming at me.
That's strange. So do you, what happens when they get to you usually?
I'll wake up instantly. I wake up. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, a bit of a shit ending to it, but yeah.
That's wild.
Scary. Yeah, it was scary.
So tell me what you saw. Walk me through your experience.
What I see, so I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't fully wake up, but I started blinking my eyes like they was halfway open. I saw like a lit. You know who Slender Man is?
Yes.
It was kind of like him. It was like 3 of them. Like they surrounded me, and then I
What?
just screamed, and yeah, I just screamed. And I couldn't do nothing. So I closed my eyes, then I opened them real big, and they just went away.
So did they look just like tall, skinny shadow figures, or did they have faces?
Yeah, they had faces. It was like a skeleton like yours, but like with blood coming out.
Interesting. So, have you ever seen anything like this since that time?
Nah.
That's wild, man. Hopefully that doesn't
Yeah,
happen
that
anymore.
Yeah, it was scary.
Okay, so now I'm pretty confident. I know my grandmother haunted my parents' house growing up. I have several cases of that. I've seen UFOs. Crazy
Really?
enough, at a very young age. Yes. Um, let's see here. There was something more. This is crazy. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm pretty confident that my grandmother, who haunted the house, got the opportunity to time travel,
What?
and I have pictures to prove it.
All right, man. We got a lot to unpack in what you just said, my friend. So let's start. Let's start from the beginning first, and then we'll wait because the best has definitely got to be kept for last. That's some of the most insane stuff I've heard in a while, dude. All right. So you said that you've experienced a haunted house. Like, so can you tell me exactly what would happen in that house that was unusual? Just a couple instances, maybe where it
So,
started and where you're from, or where it took place.
this happened in Georgia, well, South Carolina, technically on the border of Georgia and South Carolina.
Okay.
Um,
A lot of history
so
there.
the first thing, well, my grandmother lived with us. She died of cancer, and she lived with us in the house, but she died in an apartment. She only lived there for like 3 days before she moved out. But anyways, um, so the first thing that happened was I came home from work. I was 17 or 18 at the time, and my grandmother watched westerns. And I come home. I had been back in my room for a month now. She had passed away a month ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch westerns at all. I come home and my TV, when I turn it on, is at 100% volume and is on westerns.
Wow.
It was weird enough. Then, oh god, I'm gonna sound crazy. Okay, so I have this thing where I swear when people die, they come and tell me that they're moving on. Okay?
Really?
So it's happened with my grandfather, my aunt, one of my cousins who got in a car. They come to me in a random area in a dream and tell me, hey, I'm moving on. So one night I'm asleep and it feels like all I see is I'm laying in my bed and I see my door and it's pitch black. And I could hear someone coming to my door. And coming from my door is my grandmother. And she comes up to me, she goes, I haven't gone on yet. I'm still here. And I woke up in like the weirdest way. It was just like, what the? Is she telling me she's here? It's weird as shit. She, my mom found her wedding engagement ring that we lost. It was just on the kitchen table. I didn't put it there. My father didn't put it there. She didn't put it there. It was just on the kitchen table one day randomly. Now that room is my nephew's room that I used to have as a kid, and randomly toys will just start talking in the room. It'll say their lines, whatever the toy says, but it just no one's in there. It'll just start talking.
What?
My sister, whenever she had my first nephew, she had him in there and she was sleeping in the guest bedroom, and she swears over the baby monitor was my grandmother saying her name. So I'm not the only person that has experienced it. Okay, so that's that one. What was the other one I said?
The next.
Three.
So you've
UFOs.
seen UFOs. Yep. Now tell me.
So I've seen this twice.
Okay.
So once when I was really little, I was looking up in the sky and there was 3 stars in a triangle formation. Okay, what looked like to be stars. And I was staring long enough, these stars would basically they would like go out, go in a circle, and then go right back to where they were. And it did it like numerous of times. And it wasn't every time I tell someone a story, it was like it's those spotlights in the sky. These weren't pointing up. It was like stars, 100%. And where I lived, that wasn't a thing. I didn't live in a major city. I lived in the country.
Okay.
Okay. So senior week, when I graduated high school, I went to the beach. And I was sitting on the beach with this person I was on a date with. And we're sitting there, and we were talking about the stars, and I noticed 3 stars. And I was telling them the story, and it happened. I'm lagging bad right now.
Yep, that's all right.
One star would go away, and they would just like go in a circle and then go back. And I tried videotaping it. This was 2014. Phone quality was not good on stars and moons and whatnot. So
Right.
yeah, that's happened twice in my life. Oh, and now the conspiracy theory that I have.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now we're getting into the
So-
nitty gritty. So I do believe
is
it
where
was your
people-
grandmother.
Yes.
So your grandmother,
So
you think, had the ability to
I
time
believe-
travel?
to time travel. I think she got the chance to time travel right when she got cancer.
Walk me through.
Because I was living in Texas when I discovered this. So there's this. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, the border right there. There's this old mall that has been abandoned for I think 16 years now. Okay, and random, maybe more than 16 years. I think it's been abandoned for about 25 years. And a bunch of random people keep going in to take pictures of it because it's slowly degrading. And it was big in the 60s and 70s. And so the city authorized people to go in there to take pictures of it. And when they did it, they posted it like on the news. And they also posted pictures from the opening day of the mall in the 60s. Well, in the pictures, because I was going through them because I thought it was fascinating, there is this woman that if you put side by side from a picture from her to when my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer, looks exactly the same, 100%. Like, very similar.
Huh.
And I just, it blows my mind. And like, my mom thought I was crazy, and then I sent her the picture, she goes, that does look very similar. Same hair, same facial shape, it looks like her.
Oh,
And
odd.
her parents didn't live in that area, so it couldn't have been a relative, and her kids were young, so it wasn't one of the kids, obviously.
That's
So
an
yeah,
odd occurrence.
and it's weird because I know it's a conspiracy theory, okay, but
Right.
still, like, she was mouthy, she couldn't keep a secret, so the fact that if she was able to time travel and kept it a secret, that just blows my mind.
Well, it looks like you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking by. Met a bunch of awesome people. Heard a bunch of great stories. It was a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, peace.